Welcome everyone, and in this video we are going to be looking at UGLUK'S Scouts. Hi guys and welcome back. Top Table Steve here. Before we get started, as always, if this is your first time watching the channel, or even if it's not your first time and you're not subscribed, please do consider clicking the subscribe button, and if you click the bell also, you'll be notified when we release new videos. We're going to be pumping these videos out as often and as quick as we can. We want to get as much content out there as possible, and knowing that you guys are behind us and supporting and commenting and liking and the like, it makes us want to do more. So please do consider clicking the link. Also, please check out our Facebook group on Facebook, Top Table Gaming Community. If you put that in your search bar, you'll find it. It's a hub of everything: hobby, painting, gaming, and just generally hanging out and having fun. If you like to speak to like-minded people who are all very laid back and very cool, then that's the place for you. Come and join us, you won't regret it. So straight into the army review. UGLUK'S Scouts. I recently did, if you check back in our back catalogue, not so long ago, I did a review video for Lurtz's Scouts, the new Legendary Legion in the new Quest for the Ringbearer book, and I was massively impressed by it. I think I kind of looked at it and went straight for that because it's got Lurtz in it. Lurtz is a great character, he's very iconic, as I've said in the other video. I'm not going to go into all that stuff, but obviously I was drawn to that Legendary Legion. When I read it and seen the rules, I thought this is very cool, which it is. My attention was pointed towards UGLUK'S Scouts Legendary Legion, which was released a bit further back in the War in Rohan book, especially by Mr. Glenn Seymour. He pointed out a few things, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to review UGLUK'S Scouts also, and I'll compare the two myself. So let's jump straight into the army composition. Straight off the bat, obviously, you can have UGLUK, Malheur, Grishnak, Snaga, an Orc Captain, Orc Scout Captain, that is, an Orc Scout Drummer, an Orc Captain, an Orc Scout, and a normal bog standard Orc. The Orcs and the Orc Scouts, the Orc Scout Captain, all have the normal upgrades that are in the normal army book, which makes them a really good Swiss Army knife. You can kind of make them or sort of mould them into the unit that you need for your particular role in your particular list, if that makes sense. So a lot more options off the bat there, which is very good, very handy. There are a few limitations to it. The obvious one is your force must always contain UGLUK, and UGLUK is always the leader. Makes complete sense. An Orc hero can only ever lead Orcs, and an Uruk-hai hero can only ever lead Uruk-hai. Very thematic, makes a lot of sense, and just stops the cheesy builds, etc. Let's have a look at some of the named heroes. Let's start with UGLUK. Now, UGLUK is Fight 5, Strength 5, Defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, and Courage 4. He carries armor and a sword, and he has access to march, strike, and strength. He also has the head taker rule. This is something that we touched on in the previous video, but I'll quickly go over it. Basically, if your force is broken, UGLUK gets to have the choice or the option to kill one of his own friendly models who is within 2 inches of him. This makes him automatically pass any courage checks in that turn. He automatically passes a courage check for being broken, and his standfast will cover not only infantry but also named heroes. And it becomes a 12-inch standfast, which I said it last time, I think that's a really cool rule. It's very thematic, it's very cool, and also very handy in certain situations. He has 3 might, 1 will, 1 fate. He's a solid named character, captain type hero. On to Malheur. He's Fight 5, Strength 5, Defense 5, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 4. Malheur has 8-inch movement, access to march and strength, and he has 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. Solid hero, has that 8-inch movement, which is just great in this force. Uruk-hai Scouts who can move 8 are fantastic. We'll come more to that in the special rules for the list. We then have one of the new Orc heroes, Snaga. He's Fight 4, Strength 4, Defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 3. He has access to Heroic Challenge, and as per the Legendary Legion rules, generally he can only ever lead Orcs. He's a 3 might hero with 1 will and 1 fate, so he's pretty solid. We then have Grishnak, who is Fight 4, Strength 4, Defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 3. He has access to Heroic Strike, and he has the option to take a shield. And he also has the Backstabbers rule. Backstabbers, if you don't know, means that you get +1 to wound if you're fighting against a trap model, which again is very, it's effective. It's more effective than you think it's going to be. I think if you're newer to the game, maybe you'll think, oh, it's very sort of situational. but a more experienced player will know he will always try and trap his opponent, and obviously having +1 to wound is great, especially with strength 4. Then onto the unnamed heroes, we obviously have the Orc Scout Drummer, who is fight 4, strength 4, defense 5, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 4. He carries the War Drum, which is basically, if you want it, each turn is infinite heroic marches, which is fantastic and really thematic in a Orc Scout list. Onto the Uruk-hai Scout Captain, fight 5, strength 5, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 4. Access to march and 2/1/1 for Might Will Fate. Bow, shield and two-handed weapon are his optional extras. And he carries an armour and a sword. The Uruk-hai Scout Captain is, I mean, any Uruk Captain are great profiles. As soon as you put might on something with that killing power, it just becomes pretty formidable. Then on to the Orc Captain, who is fight 4, strength 4, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 3. He's 2/1/1 Might, Will and Fate. He has access to march, and he has access to upgrade to carry an Orc bow or a shield. On the normal Orc profile, you do have the option for a warg, but it's not available in this legion. And obviously his Might, Will and Fate is 2/1/1. One thing to think about when picking an Orc Captain, you do have the option to equip him with a pick over a sword. Now a pick is going to let you piercing strike, so in my eyes, I'd be going for a pick, I think. And onto the normal infantry, you have access to Uruk-hai Scout with all the options, which is a bow, banner and shield. The base stat line is fight 4, strength 4, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 3. And just a good all-round solid unit. You then obviously have the option to take Orcs, normal Orcs. Now, I think this is where this list differs massively because there's so many options with normal Orcs. You're getting a basic stat line of fight 3, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 3. You can carry a sword or a pick again, just like the captain. And the options you can take with these is a banner, a bow, a two-handed weapon, a shield, or a spear. Spears, for me, are the key to this. Being able to add attacks to your combats with everything else, for me, is pretty big. But let's have a look at the special rules in this list. Just like in Lurtz's Legion that I was raving about constantly, especially combined with the drum, you get to upgrade any of your scouts, including the heroes, to Marauders, which gives them 8-inch movement base, and it doesn't cost you a penny, and it's not limited to just Maher's Warband. They've separated the woodland creature part in this list because everybody gets it. So everybody, Orcs or Uruk-hai, get the woodland creature special rule. And the kicker in this one is the special rule Animosity. And basically what it means, when you're in combat, if you have an Uruk-hai and an Orc in the same combat, spear supports are not classed as being in combat, so they both have to be base to base with an enemy, both in combat. They get +1 to wound. It only works if it's an Orc and an Uruk-hai. So an Uruk-hai that's in combat with a fellow Orc involved in that combat gets +1 and vice versa. Again, +1's big. It is big when your base stat line is strength 4. Some of those are strength 5. It's pretty big. Animosity is a big rule. I can kind of see, especially what Glyn was talking about. There's an argument to be had that UGLUK has a better legendary legion than Lurtz. I just think Lurtz has got the cool factor, but UGLUK has kind of got the competitive play vibe to it, and you could make a pretty nasty list with UGLUK'S scouts. So where would I go with this list? How would I build it? To be honest with you, there's so many ways, and I think I'm going to have to try out a few ways to find my feet. I think that there could be some models or options for models in there that may become redundant. Straight off the bat, I want more Uruks than Orcs. That's just me. Basically, I want Orcs in this list just to jump into combats. Jump in there, get the +1 to wound. That's the only reason I'd be adding Orcs to this list. Also, they're going to struggle to keep up because I'd be overly tempted to have Mauhir in there and get the 8-inch movement, plus you've got the drum. The Orcs are going to fall behind. So yeah, competitive side, it's great. Do you then leave Mauhir out and just rely on the drum? I think Mauhir's rule, getting it for free, is too good and too much of a plus for this list not to use, and that becomes the problem. I think it really depends on the scenario and deployment. Scenarios where you split up is great because you've got that movement to get back together. So that's really good. But ideally, you want to be keeping this list together. You want Orcs in the combats with Uruk-hais to pretty much almost guarantee the kills. You know, your base stat line is fight 4, strength 4 with +1 to wound if you manage to do that. And that's a scary, scary list. That's something that I wouldn't want to come up against anytime soon. I think I need to give these a go. I've got all like my Uruk-hai Scout heroes painted. I've got Snaga painted, I've got Grishnak painted, I've got everything painted I need. I just need to paint more scouts to be able to do it at higher points, because I think 500 to 600 points is where I want to play my games. They're the games that I have most fun in. So I'm going to paint up some more scouts, and I'm going to give both Legendary Legions a run out, and I'll let you know how I get on. Please get involved below. If you guys have played UGLUK'S Scouts, I mean, if you've played both UGLUK'S and Lurtz Scouts, that's even better. But if you've played UGLUK'S Scouts, I'd be very, very keen to hear how you got on with them and how they fared, and what your build was, whether you swayed towards a stronger side of Uruks, which is how I'm thinking, with a spattering of Orcs just to try and get that +1, or if you split it completely down the middle, or if you went thematic and you had Snaga in there and you had your Grishnak in there and UGLUK, etc., and you're going for more theme, because I think that would still be a strong list. Definitely, I don't think it'd be a strong list. It would be a good list, and it would be a cool list to play against. So it's you guys that I want to hear from. These videos are fun. These videos are fun to do. I'm not really the kind of guy that theorizes lists. I generally go with the rule of cool, and the fact that I've sat down with books and profile cards and thought, right, well, that works with that and that'll work with that and blah, blah, blah. I am enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. This list has got me stumped. I need to play a couple of different styles with it before I can make my mind up. Like Lurtz's Legion was dead easy, and I knew what I wanted to do, and I know I'm going to build it, and I know I'm going to play it. And I think there is only really one way to play that. But this gives you a few options. So I'd be really interested to hear from you guys. Please stay tuned to the end of the video. My mate Jay will come on and he'll have a few comments to make, but also check out all our links below. Anything you can do to help us out is great, whether it's just joining a Facebook group, whether it's just subscribing, whether it's just liking the videos, all the way up to becoming a Patreon to the channel. It's you guys, the patrons, that make all this possible and give us the platform to create these videos. So a heartfelt thank you to you guys. That's it for this video. I'm going to go away now and see which Legendary Legion I want to do next. I know Jay's doing a couple as well, which is great. We're having a lot of WhatsApp messages about, oh, did you know this did that? Did you know that this did the other and everything? And UGLUK'S Scouts it passed me by. I must have just, I don't know what happened there. I missed that one. I knew it was around and knew UGLUK'S Scouts was a Legendary Legion. I just never really looked twice at it, and now I'm glad that I did. And I think, from a competitive point of view, it pips Lurtz. I'll say that. I'll put my cards on the table. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'll be really interested to hear. I'm going to go now. You guys stay safe. Keep washing your hands. And fingers crossed, we'll all be playing in the same place at the same time, rolling dice and having a lot of fun very, very soon. Thank you guys. Take care.
Thank you for watching this video. We hope you've enjoyed it. Here at Top Table Gaming, we love bringing you content that you are going to enjoy. So don't forget, check out everything else on the channel. Have a bit of a look around before you disappear and watch your next video. We've got everything from unboxings, product reviews, battle reports, and everything else in between. So do have a good look around. Now, I do want to, before we carry on, give a huge shout out to our patrons, which you should be able to see on screen. Without them, we couldn't do any of this. They help us fund the lights, the kits, the studio, and everything that is helping us create content and push forward for you as a channel. We don't hide the content behind a paywall, but we do have benefits such as free dice and free t-shirts for our patrons as a way of us giving back, as well as regular giveaways. So if that sounds good to you, do go and check out the Patreon page, link in the description below. And before you guys head out, make sure you head over to the Top Table Gaming community on Facebook. We've got over 1,500 members now, and it is such an excellent community that you should totally be a part of. Check out these videos on screen now, and until next time, enjoy your hobby.